Hey guys, Green Thumb Daddy here. Just taking a quick second to give you an update on our Subpod. We have got some snow. Winter has definitely begun. It's been, 32, 35 degrees during the day, single digits at night, into the teens. So I just wanted to give you an update and let you know how the Subpod is doing, even though it's really cold out. And I just have mine outside here in the garden. As you can see, there's snow all around. Snow even on our Subpod, but let's take a look. So I've been feeding this Subpod for about 2 months now, with just kitchen scraps, stuff that goes bad or stuff we don't eat in time, or just scraps left over from making meals, mostly veggies, lots of greens, squash, some fruit here and there, but anyways, so let's take a look at these bins. So the blankets that come with the Subpod, I don't like to put them directly onto the material, the scraps that's being composted. So what I do is I actually put cardboard down first, and then some of these egg cartons, and then the blanket. And I think that really gives a nice insulation, just with the airflow, and it just doesn't, the blanket doesn't get all like grimy and dirty and gross from being in direct contact with the food scraps. So that's kind of how I do it. I know other people do it differently, but that's just how I've come to do it and what works best for me. So let's just take a look and see how these bins are doing. Another thing, I also I use Nature's blanket, so I call it, and that is just leaves. So I'll add all my food scraps, I'll mix it in with some of that carbon, and then I will take some extra leaves and then put that directly on top of the food scraps, then the cardboard, then the egg cartons, and then the blanket. So it has plenty of insulation to keep it warm and active throughout the winter. So let's just take a look real quick. I have my Kate's Garden soil thermometer or compost thermometer. Let's just take a look to see if we can get any reading on this thing. So the lowest degree marker on this temperature thermometer is 40 degrees. So we're looking at about 42 degrees. Let's check the other one just to see, kind of compare the other side to see how it's doing. And yeah, that one's running a little bit warmer, probably about 44 degrees, 45 degrees. Another little trick that I've learned when composting during the winter time is to add coffee grounds. So coffee grounds are just full of nitrogen, and that will really heat up your compost. So I'll be adding some food scraps and some coffee grounds to both of these bins today to just get them a little bit heated up, just so the worms have a little bit of heat, and all the other microorganisms will be able to feed off that heat, and they'll just be more active and break down this organic matter even faster. So let's dig in here and kind of take a look to see what we've got. So like I said, I use a lot of leaves, pine needles on top, but as we dig down in here, you'll see that a lot of this stuff has started to break down really, really nicely. And it just becomes just this beautiful, rich. There's our happy little vermicomposters, just eating away, doing what they do, taking this organic matter and just turning it into black gold, as we call it. So as you can see, they're still pretty active. You know, as I put the coffee grounds in here, they should you know, warm up even more and be a little bit more active. But as you can see, they've definitely multiplied pretty substantially since I put them in here 2 months ago. So they're definitely doing their thing, and just creating rich, beautiful compost. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So like I said, I'll be adding these kitchen scraps today. I'll add a little bit to each side. Just some leftover stuff from the kitchen. Bear with me. And so yeah, I just kind of put some on each side, and then I'll put some of these coffee grounds. It's kind of still pretty frozen. I think I'm gonna start storing these coffee grounds in my dome that stays a little warmer. That way they don't freeze up. I might have to do that for a little while, but before I add some. So anyways, I'll go get some carbon real quick in the form of leaves from my other compost pile over here. And this pile is actually running at about 160 degrees, so that's pretty cool. And all I do is just grab like a 5-gallon bucket full, just this good organic matter that I collected from neighbors around where I live. You know, I collect it and I put it to use instead of it going to the landfill. So I put the kitchen scraps, and then now I'll just add some of this carbon to the bins as well. Whoa. You can see I pile it on pretty thick. And then I'll give it a mix with the handy dandy aerator tool. Love this thing. Just kind of screw it down in there, and I just kind of gently pull up on it, give it a few mixes. Kind of, you know, just get it all back in there. I like to keep my Subpod kind of a little bit clean. Even though it's full of worm poo. Clean worm poo. So I'll add the coffee grounds here in a bit when they thaw out, after I put them in my dome. But anyways, that's the update. I know that was a little bit of a long video, but I just wanted to kind of go through the whole process and just really show you what we're doing here with this Subpod and how it's just an integral part of the garden. Composting, vermicomposting, just taking that organic matter and creating beautiful, rich compost with it is just going to take your gardening from, beginner level to, advanced pretty quick, as far as, just health of your soil and how much your plants and crops are going to thrive just with all that, all those nutrients and microorganisms and stuff that are going to be in your soil. The fungi, the microorganisms, it's a living, soil's a living organism. I watched a video today that it's about like 30% air, what was the other ones, 40% water, like 20% minerals, which is, crushed up rocks, silt, clay, sand, and then the other 10% or 15% is organic matter. So if you take care of your soil, you're feeding it, you're giving it good, nutritious compost, you're going to do and be able to grow awesome plants and crops. Anyways, hope everyone's having a great day. Green Thumb Daddy here in Southwest Colorado. I think it's about 20 degrees out right now, and we're still actively gardening, composting, and I'll be doing this all winter long. So if you have any questions, let me know. Take care.